Hey everybody, this is Brian here. I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite rap songs. I've always felt like rap has played a big part in my life. Even when I was a kid, sitting there at the bus stop, there was still an hour to go before the bus came cold in the morning, dealing with poverty and stuff. I always felt like I could relate to those guys who were dealing with, the ghetto. Obviously, that's unimaginable how much they had to go through. Um, but I always felt like I could relate, and when my own life was legitimately bad, I always felt like I wasn't alone. So I always felt like rap was one of my favorite genres of music, and that's why I wanted to count down my top 10 favorite songs. So let's get to it. Um, Number one on here is going to be My Mind is Playing Tricks on Me by the Ghetto Boys. This song has really vivid lyrics and it pictures the members having like a bad trip or like a psychotic experience or something. I think that the diverse states of mind and environments that the rappers put the listener into so lucidly, I think that it makes it akin to like a psychedelic rock experience and it takes you on a journey. I really felt like I was in the back seat of the car with that guy or walking down the streets with the other dude at night, down a dark alley or something. I think this song is a masterpiece, and a lot of people think of it as one of the best rap songs ever. This was like their sole number one single, which is kind of sad. There's a lot of artists like P. Diddy and stuff that deserve way less success, arguably in their mansions. Um, but I won't get into that. Uh, Number two on here is going to be Straight Outta Compton by the NWA. Ice Cube begins the song with one of the best individual verses I've ever heard. It really makes the song, and though Eazy-E has his moments, I really wish that we'd heard a little more from Dr. Dre in this song, considering, what an incredible rapper he is. Like a whole verse. Still, this is one of the best rap songs of the 80s and of all time. It's crazy looking back just to think the word pissing was censored in the song "The Message" by Grandmaster Flash. It's kind of weird to think that that word was censored, but this song says like fuck like 600 times, even uses it in rhymes. Anyways, but I guess that just shows you how much things evolve so quickly within like 5 years or something. Anyways, let's get down to number three. Speaking of which is actually The Message by Grandmaster Flash. This song was innovative in socially conscious rap, getting to the next level beyond just nightclub music. In my opinion, this song's best verse is towards the end. The one that starts with the line that says, "A child is born with no state of mind, born to the like ways of mankind, born blind to the ways of mankind." Sorry, just had a seizure this morning. Um, this song is one of the early rap songs to become a giant hit, and I think it paved the way for everyone. Number four on here is going to be one of the best rappers ever, Tupac. Shed So Many Tears. This song has become one of my favorite Tupac rhymes, and it has some of my individual best, or my individual favorite Tupac rhymes, just from uh, a particular song. There's too many to list, but just listen to the song, and I think that you'll have your mind blown. He really captures the depression and uncertainty that's plaguing his mind. He's struggling with his relationship. He's questioning his girlfriend and his actually questioning God and upon the difficulties of life in the ghetto. He's asking if there's a heaven for a gangster, and he's questioning God because of all the family members and friends that he's lost. This song is one of the deepest and most beautifully performed I've ever heard. And I think that the beat in the background is actually really awesome of a sample too. Number five on here is going to be a little bit more positive of a song than the song Shed So Many Tears, which is Today Was a Good Day by Ice Cube. One of the most positive rap songs I've ever heard, almost like rap's equivalent of the Van Morrison song from the 70s. Mama told me there would be days like this. The music video is awesome too. It kind of shows a little bit of life in the ghetto. My favorite line in the song is nobody I know got killed in South Central LA. Today was a good day. I think that, you know, that just puts the whole song into perspective. Number six on here is going to be one of the best modern rap songs from like the 2000s and on, and that's Stand by Eminem. Features Dido in a sample and also in the video as the crazy fan who is the protagonist, as the crazy fan's girlfriend. The main character and protagonist in the song is an obsessive fan who goes too far. He's almost kind of like Syndrome in The Incredibles, if you want to make a reference to a movie. I like that Eminem responds at the end of the song. He asks him why is he so mad, and then he realizes that the guy he heard about on the news was actually the guy who was writing him. This is one of the darkest songs I've ever heard because it doesn't really have a positive conclusion. You know, I think it's amazing that it was such a big hit in spite of the disturbing nature of the content. It really elevates Eminem to the next level as a rapper. And I think it shows his skills as a writer that the song went so far on the charts, even though it doesn't have a positive conclusion. Like I said, it's really a dark song. Number seven on here is going to be Ain't Nothing But a G Thing Baby by Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. This song probably has one of the best performances of Dr. Dre's entire lengthy career, which is really saying something. I think Snoop is really fluid and quick, and this song arguably allows him to break out. This is not rap's deepest song lyrically, but I think it's an instantly recognizable tune and a true classic. Let's get to number 8 on here, which is Creation and Destruction by Immortal Technique. This is kind of a battle rap style song at its most intense, arguably. And it has some really cutting and raw, well written lines, in my opinion. Immortal Technique, this is like him when he's like super young in his early 20s, I think. He just really can reel off some lines in like a way that I've only seen Tupac do. You know, Number 9 on here is actually Ayo for Yayo by Andre Nicotina and San Quinn. This tells the story of a young girl falling victim to the inevitabilities of street life like drugs and prostitution. It paints a vivid picture in kind of a freestyle, mixtape style setting. The strength of addiction traps her as just a 14-year-old naive girl, and she turns into a prostitute in the end, having to get a pimp and stuff. And it's sad to think that every person that you pass on the street, like sleeping in a bag or in an alley, um, that represents a child in some tragic state of decay, failed by the social security system and by the social justice systems. And it kind of just left the girl like at the end without any help. Failed by society as a whole in a way. Let's get to some honorable mentions because, obviously I couldn't include every song that I was thinking of here. So here's a couple of awesome songs that I couldn't really fit on this list. Number 9 is going to be All Eyes on Me by Tupac. Uh, the, another honorable mention is going to be Children's Story by Slick Rick. Then we're going to get to Gimme the Loot by Biggie Smalls. It's an awesome song where he actually plays both the characters in the song. He plays kind of a character named Shorty, who's actually kind of crazy in the song, and he's thinking about like shooting people and stuff. But actually, yeah, it's kind of cool how Biggie plays both characters in the song. Number 9, or sorry, not number 9. the actual last honorable mention on here is Ambitions as a Writer by Tupac. And actually, there's also California Love on here by Tupac. A lot of Tupac songs. I could probably make a whole list of Tupac songs just individually. He's probably one of my favorite artists. I remember listening to him in my car as a kid, and I always thank my dad for having open-mindedness and letting me listen to rap as a kid. Like when I'm 10 or 11 years old, a lot of parents wouldn't let you hear music that actually has such swearing and vulgarity in it. But at the same time, I think that his open-mindedness really allowed my taste in music to expand a little bit, and allowed me to see some of these artists at their best, and see some of what they had to offer. Um, Actually, number 10 on this song is going to be another Tupac song. I'm sorry, I said I know I wouldn't repeat myself, but here he is again, and this song is "Smile." I think that this song helped me, no joke, to smile when I was really sad. And while rap is one of my favorite genres, very few other songs in this genre actually make me happy due to the dark nature of the content. This is one of my favorite Tupac songs ever, and I actually kind of cried listening to it because I think that we don't have him anymore. He's one of those not quite 27 club members. Like you hear about Kurt Cobain dying, Hendrix dying, Janis Joplin, but Tupac was one of those guys who was like 28 or 29. He didn't. He made it a little bit past there, but I think that he doesn't get the attention. Uh, he doesn't get the attention that he deserves because he died just a little bit later. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I appreciate your time. Um, I love all of you because you're you, and we'll get to probably the top 10 rappers individually in my next video. So I'm gonna check out now. Thank you guys.